Once upon a time.
Hello. Well, I wore my raincoat today because I thought it would rain, but it's actually bright and sunny. I might as well take it off. But I'll put it down over here, then if it does rain later on, I can put it on, can't I? Well, you see, I wore the jacket because sometimes it gets chilly when it rains, but it's actually very warm. I'll take this off as well. But I'll put it down next to the raincoat, then if it does get chilly, I can put this on as well. There we are, that's better. Now, I'm not too hot, but I'm not too cold. I'm just right. Today, we're in the garden. Have you noticed all the different kinds of flowers we get in the garden? All these are flowers, but they're different shapes and sizes and colours. There's this one. This one's yellow and round and has thin petals. It's a bit like the sun, isn't it? And then there are these. These are red on the outside and have a white bit in the middle. This one's the same. It's red on the outside and yellow and black in the middle. Yellow and black in the middle? There's something in here. Something with a furry body that's yellow and black. And it's got legs and wings. It's making a buzzing sound. Do you know what it is? It's a bee. You've probably seen a bee in a garden or a park, flying from flower to flower. Well, I won't disturb it. It's best not to disturb bees. I wonder what else we might find flying around the garden, though. Wasps? Birds, of course. But there is something else that we would find flying around in the summer. Something that's not as big as a bird, but it's bigger than a bee. It flutters around and lays eggs, usually in the vegetable patch. Eggs that turn into caterpillars. It's called a butterfly. Let's see if I can make a butterfly with these shapes. Butterflies have very big wings, lots of different colours. Let's make the wings. Lots of different colours. Well, there's one wing. But of course, butterflies have two wings. There's another wing. Wouldn't be much good without a body, though, would it? So let's put a body in. There we are. And we have a butterfly. Well, today's story is about a bird who didn't like being himself very much. He wanted to be something else. Once upon a time, there was a jaybird who lived all by himself in the forest. None of the other birds ever took any notice of him. One day, the peacocks came through the forest in a grand procession. The jay watched as all the other birds bowed their heads. Make way, called the peacocks. We are the kings of the birds. And they strutted up and down, spreading their tails like fans. Oh, look at all those fine feathers, thought the jay. That's why everyone takes so much notice of them. As he hopped off down the path, he saw a feather lying underneath the bush. It was a long feather, from a peacock's tail. I'll have one fine feather at least, thought the jay, and he put it in his beak. And he hopped a little further, and he found another feather. And then another, and another, and another, until his beak was quite full of beautiful peacock's feathers. And then he had an idea. He hid behind a bush and carefully stuck the feathers on, all over, on his head, on his wings, and on his tail. Now they'll think I'm a peacock, he said to himself, and he strutted out into the forest calling, make way, make way, here comes the king of the birds. Oh, I hope it works, he thought. But just then, he tripped over his tail feathers and fell flat on his beak. All the other birds gathered on the trees around and laughed till they nearly fell off the branches. It's a clown, said one. No, said another. It's just a silly jay pretending to be a peacock. It's a PJ. And they roared with laughter again. The jay got up, feathers flapping over his face. He tried to fly, but the feathers weighed him down. He tried to run, but he couldn't see where he was going, and he ran straight into the chief peacock. I think those are our feathers, said the chief peacock. And no one but a peacock may wear our feathers. Excuse me. And he began to pull them off. Oh, take them, said the jay. And he flapped his wings as hard as he could until all the feathers fell off. And then he flew away very quickly so as not to hear the laughter of the other birds. Well, he wandered sadly on his own until he came to another part of the forest, a part he'd never been to before, and there he stopped to rest, feeling very miserable indeed. But just then, he heard chattering. He looked around, and to his surprise, he saw a whole family of birds just like himself. But they were looking at him and saying, "What a handsome bird! What beautiful feathers!" Well, the jaybird looked behind him, expecting to see a handsome bird with beautiful feathers. But there was no one else there. "What a handsome bird! What beautiful feathers," they said again. "Do tell us how you make your feathers so blue." And then the jaybird looked at himself for the first time. And he saw that his feathers were blue, even bluer than the other birds. "To think I never even noticed myself," said the jay. "Oh, please stay with us," said the other jays. "Well, that would make me very happy," he said. And he knew he was home. So you see, you really are better off being yourself, just like the jaybird in our story. And if you're not big enough, or old enough yet, to do everything that you want to, remember, one day, you will be. Once, there was a caterpillar. He was really quite a happy caterpillar, but for one thing. He wished more than anything else that he could fly. No matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't fly. Oh, that's it. He needed some wings. Birds have wings and they can fly. sad caterpillar was quite sure he would never be able to fly. But what is happening to the caterpillar now? The bird watched, and the bird waited. Now what is happening? The caterpillar has changed into a butterfly. I'm getting a little chilly. I'll put my jacket on. Day, J, play, hay. The happy Jay went out to play in the hay. He went to play in the hay all day. The happy Jay didn't want to play, so he lay in the hay. I felt a spot of rain. It's definitely beginning to rain. I can put my raincoat on. Well, I shall have to be off now before it begins to pour. Bye now. I'll see you soon. Take care. It's very good for the flowers, you know, rain.